Today, the people of Israel are under attack, orchestrated by a terrorist organization, Hamas. In this moment of tragedy, I want to say to them and to the world and to terrorists everywhere that the United States stands with Israel. We will not ever fail to have their back.
But do they really have Israel's back? Actions speak a lot louder than words, President Biden. There he is saying that the United States stands with Israel after the Hamas terrorist group launched a barrage of air and ground attacks against Israel that have taken the lives of at least 600 Israelis and wounded thousands of others. And over 100 Israelis have also been taken hostage, many of them women and children. We're seeing the horrific videos play out. And the intent of the terrorists, why they took these innocent people, to use them as human shields. This is how barbaric, this is how horrific things have gotten. Let's break this all down further from a government perspective with the Senate chairman of the National Iranian Congress, Amir Fkhrar. I'm sorry, I butchered your last name. Fkhrar, thank you so much. Amir, I know that's easy. Also with us, former U.S. Undersecretary of Defense, Secretary Robert Wilkie. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. Secretary, I'll start with you first. The Biden administration says, you just heard him say, they're standing with Israel. Yet, if you noticed yesterday, they first deleted a tweet saying Israel should stand down from responding. I mean, then, of course, they deleted it, and then now they're correcting it. The current Secretary of Defense, Antony Blinken, then tweeted in part, quote, we unequivocally condemn the appalling attacks by Hamas terrorists against Israel. But Secretary Wilkie, if this was the case, then why did the Biden team knowingly send $6 billion of our own taxpayer dollars to these people? I know supposedly not a single dollar has been used, but they freed up this money. They freed it up. So basically, they said, you know what? Here's $6 billion. We just enriched your coffer. Do with it what you will.
Well, first of all, that's coming from a Secretary of State who invited the UN Human Rights Council, of which Iran and Cuba and China are members, to investigate racism in the United States. Your previous guest hit it on the head. These are people who have a great contempt for our country. They have a great contempt for the unique place America has in the world. And that $6 billion that the spokesman for the National Security Council says will never be used for weapons because we have guardrails on it, that is what the Germans would call cloud cuckoo land. We are here because the Biden administration has evidenced American weakness during its entire tenure. Mr. Biden humiliated the United States in Afghanistan, and that has led to a cascading series of events. Ukraine, now with Hamas, because America can't be trusted to act in our own interests. And that is the great tragedy that we are experiencing as a country.
And also, this has so many worldwide implications. I know we keep talking about this being Hamas and terrorists, but we also know that Iran, Saudi Arabia, Russia has to be. Where there's Iran, there's Russia. Where there's Russia, there's China. So what do you say about that, Amir?
I was just looking to my book, Comrade Ayatollah, which is here. And it's 7 years ago when I published this book. It's about how Iranian, even supreme leader, Iranian mullahs, have been trained in Russian Patrice Lumumba University, the spy training center of KGB in 60s and 70s before the revolution in Iran. And these are the same mullahs who came to power when the revolution happened. This is the bond between Russia and Iranian mullahs. It's unbelievable. You can't even imagine. But let me break the news for Biden administration, who are saying, oh, not even a single penny went to anything but to food and drug, whatever. Do you know if Iran wants to send money to Hamas, to Hezbollah, which country they are using to send the money to? It's Qatar. They are sending from Qatar. And where are the money? Where Biden released the money to Qatari's bank. They didn't need it even. Iran didn't need it to have the money and then send it to Qatar, and Qatar send it to Hamas and Hezbollah. It's directly there. What Biden administration want to do about that? You know what? It's Biden's fault. It's Biden's war, and all the blood of Israeli people is on Biden's hand, nobody else.
Beautifully said there, and I noticed how you kind of made that little Freudian slip and said Obama there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they're together. I've been together forever.
I agree. Amir, Secretary Wilkie, thank you so much for joining us. Keep it right here. You're watching Sunday Agenda.